Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Chaz Show. I'm your host, Dr. Chaz, and we're on day 7, I believe, of the Eiffel Tower. And I'm back at it again after a long day of driving truck. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it was 70-some degrees here on Saturday, and today's Monday night, and near the end of my shift, the temperature was 40 degrees. The winds are blowing at 30 miles an hour out of the east, making it feel like about 22. So the temperature's dropped almost 50 degrees in a day and a half. And tomorrow night, Tuesday night, I get done at about 11 o'clock at night, and they're talking about 10 o'clock tomorrow night, snow in the forecast. I am just thrilled. With a high temperature of 45, and with the wind blowing, so it's going to make it feel more like 30 to 35 all day, which means I got to wear my heavy coveralls. And then just before I get off work, basically I can park my truck about 10:45. So the last 45 minutes is going to be like a rain, sleet, snow mix, which is going to make it absolutely miserable. So I'm hoping that there won't be too many moves, and if there is, in 45 minutes you can do probably about 3 moves if it's really busy. And then, at that time there is about 4 drivers on, so I don't look for very many moves between 10 and 10:45, maybe one move. So yeah, so shouldn't be too bad. I'll be able to sit in a warm cab, maybe have to do one move tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll catch you up on tomorrow night's news, exciting news. And it's my Friday tomorrow night, even though it's Tuesday. It's my last day of the week. I work 4 days a week, 10-hour shifts. So we shall see. Okay, we're going to pick it up here tonight, page 63 of book 2. And we're going to be on step number 180. And we're continuing on with building, if you can see that okay, building these X's as part of our towers here. As you see with the towers, they have the X's in them, and that's what we're continuing on doing. It's just repetitious, and that's pretty much what we're doing. And once we get to page 100, we'll have all 4 towers up and we'll be connecting them. So we shall see here. And going forth, we'll see what it looks like. See how far we can get. The other night we did 15 pages, so we're going to make a run for it here. I don't know how many pages we'll do tonight, but the other night we were on in a hurry because it was daylight savings time, and we lost an hour, so we shall see about tonight. Might be able to do a little bit more. Kind of wears you out, that daylight savings time crap. It just kind of zaps your body. I don't know. So even though you're gaining an hour and the sun stays up longer, it wants to wear you out. So okay, we put on number 4 here and make this work here. So we're going to skip a clip, put this on, and of course they fall right into place. So flip the page, 64. And this is where we have these 3, I call them the sink my battleship pieces. It's the little pegs with the clips on the end. And they're going in between all of these steps. That's where they fit in. And then on the very end, we have a couple pieces which have really been messing up everything. And on the other 2 blocks here, you got these little pieces here. Try to get a little bit closer for you here. These little pieces here look like little miniature guns. So then you have like a little propeller pieces here. And on these other two, oh, excuse me. Yeah, these other two towers, and for some reason, they don't want to jive real well on the towers at all. They're getting in the way, and yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is, but they're getting in the way. They don't want to sit right. So, but there you go. There's your finished product. That's what it should look like for you. And then we'll be moving on. And by the way, here, when I knock this off, of course, we knocked off the little propeller piece. Right down here on the bottom, the piece I was talking about that wasn't jiving. So, that was causing all the problems. So, we will make this fit again here somehow. There we go. Okay, got that back in. Okay, next page, 65. And can use a fence piece and hinge. Let's see. Here we go. One of these hinges. And a 1x2 on there, it looks like. And that's going to go right before this fan in here. Sneak in there, just like that. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. Page 66, we're just adjusting the end pieces to make it fit onto a tower, so we'll just skip over that. And then 67 is fitting onto one of our plates here. So we'll go ahead and do that. So it looks like, so if you're looking at the front section, it's showing it to turn around here and be up like this. And it's showing the red triangle here to be up here at the top. And it's showing to place this piece here at, so it's going to be like this, it's going to be at the bottom section if you were to do this on your own. So red triangle at the top, this piece is going to be connecting at the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. And it's going to be with the track facing up. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll snap her in place here. And just like that. So when we stand it up, and we have that. There we go. And that's that. Now we go 68. Now we're going to build another plate here. We're going to build, I'm guessing we're going to build two of them because we've got two plates here, so we might as well just do a copycat. So this is 184, and then we're going to do, it's shown here, and 185. And, oops. And 186. So then we have 1x2s here in between. And it drops. Now we'll start the other one and we'll copycat it. That way we're just following along and keeping up. That way we're not having to flip pages back and trying to figure out where we left off. Make sure you go in the right direction, because it'll mess you up in the end if you don't follow the right direction. Just take your time, because as you guys know, if you have been following along with me and you're not new to my channel, that you get talking and not paying attention and you will mess up, because I've done it many times. I'm sure you've had a few laughs with me already, and we're only day 7. So, and by the way, if you are new to my channel, maybe your friends have called you up and said, hey, you got to check out Dr. Chaz's channel. He's building the Eiffel Tower. This guy's a boatload of fun to be with, and sit back and have a soda or a beer or wine or whatever you drink. Catch a few laughs here and there. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button, because we're trying to get as many subscribers as we can. My ultimate goal, in case your friends haven't told you, is that we're trying to get to at least, at minimum, 1,000 subscribers, so that way I can sign up for Lego's, I don't know what you call it, adventure program, or Lego's ambassador program, I think is what it is, ambassador program. So that way Lego will send me the newest kits to show off to you, and that way I can build those new kits in front of you without doing the speed lapse. We'll just take our time, build them day after day, and you can see how they go together and what the final product looks like. And that's my ultimate goal, is to share the newest kits with you, what they look like, and you know, enjoy your company, and we'll go from there. So if you're just joining us, or your friends have told you to join us for a few good laughs here and there, please do, and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I really appreciate it. This has nothing to do with YouTube and their money, even though I'll take that as well, but my ultimate goal is to be an ambassador for Lego, because I love Legos. And one thing I have not shared with you just yet, because it's still a work in progress, is that what you can't see around you here is my entire Lego store. I have a bits and pieces of backup parts, you might say. So where you can order parts that maybe you've lost, or if you like to build mock Legos. I have, at minimum count, 200,000 to 300,000 pieces that I'm putting into my inventory right now. I have a lot of it put away, but I still have 2 giant tubs that I have to sort, and I still have to count it all and put it into the inventory, but a lot of it is put away. Let me just look here. Quick count. I have 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 2, 4. That's 12. And there's 2. That's 14, 15. 16, 18, there's 20. So I got 20 cabinets that I can clearly see. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Acromills cabinets. And then I have multiple just miniature clear glass or clear plexiglass drawers holding parts. Just probably 40 or 50 miniature plexiglass drawer holding parts. And once I get it all put away and the room's kind of cleaned up and organized, we'll take you around on a slow tour instead of really fast. Because I know a lot of people say, how do you organize your parts and how do you put them away and stuff? And everybody just, here's a quick look, and they open a drawer and close a door, and open a door and close a door. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take you drawer by drawer, or section by section, I should say, and show you how I did mine, just to give you a really good idea and a really good look of how I did mine, from a wide angle to the close-ups and so on and so forth. So that way you get a really good understanding of how I did mine and the cost involved too. I will give you a breakdown in cost of how much everything cost me, so to help you out. So back to building here. We're on number 188 on page 69. I'm building 2 of these square sections at the same time, just to save us from having to build one and then start completely over. It only makes sense to me that we're doing that. So let's see this. That looks good there. And put him in there. So I'm going to make a little spinner in this corner and a little spinner in this corner. This is the little tricky part here. They want you to put a couple pizza pie squares in these in this corner here, but you got to put them just right so that they kind of get blocked in there. So it's a little tricky, but it can be done. So, and if it doesn't, if it's not perfect, so what? No one's absolutely perfect. That's what we all say. So, except for maybe one person, and well, I don't think a lot of people have seen that person. So, there we go. All right. So now we're on to 190, step 190 here on page 70. We got the bigger triangle here. Getting closer to Major League Baseball, and spring training is partially, it's all in, they're all hitting the games going on right now. I know the World Baseball Classic's going on. Why don't you put your comments there? Leave me in the comments, who do you think is going to win the World Baseball Classic? Looks like the USA team's pretty loaded there with Mike Trout and Aaron Judge as the team captain, But, Ohtani, if I remember correctly, I think he's with Team Japan, or, if memory serves me right. I could be wrong about that. I probably am, but in any case, anyhow, so we're going to make a little red 1x2 and a clear 1x2 on top of each other here, and that's going to go on top of the spinner next to the black slices of pizza. That's on 191. And then, let's see, we got 2x2, and then a clear 1x2, and then a red 1x2, and that's going to sit up on that, kind of like some steps. Like that. Okay, and it takes care of 192. Looks good. And let's see, where are we at here? Okay, now this is going to become the top half of this post. So if we add this one like this, and we've got this, so we had looking at this one that we just added, got to be real delicate here because it's waving around, but we had the red triangle here. So on this one that we just built, this red piece here has to match the same location as this one. So if we're going to put it on, as you see here, it's got to be red is in this corner, so then red has got to be in that corner. So we're going to kind of go match the corners. So that's what we're up to on this. So that way, I believe it's sort of like an elevator type of deal. That's what I believe it is. So you just want to make sure the reds match the same location is what you're trying to do. So now I didn't do any of the X's and stuff on this piece. I just went forward and kept going. So now I need to go back and do the X's and things like that on that, so that way we can hook up this piece. So let's go back and finish that real quick. That's what I meant about backtracking. Forgot to do that. Let's see, I think that's right here. It won't take too long. Here we go. We're going to go back to page 62 again where we were earlier. And let's see if I'm correct about this. I think we are. Yep. And we're going to make a couple of these X's. And we'll just keep rocking and rolling here. He's got to build 3 of those, okay. And let's see. It goes over here. Yep. Okay. So he's going pretty quick here. I'm going to build a 4th one now. But this one is a short one. Won't be too bad. And then we got the battleship pigs. You sank my battleship. Uh-huh. So as you can see, they go together very, very quickly. Not very hard. And let's see, we have this and this, these two things. Got the fence post, or the fence, whatever you want to call it. So I pop it on real quick. And there we go, just like that. So now we'll take this and we got that. That. So we're gonna put this one in the back. And those are at the bottom. This is going to go right here, just like that. This one's up here. There you go. Yep. There you go. All done. Just that quick. And I got one piece left over. One by one. How about that, folks? Okay. Bag 26, and we're back building the lines with the X's again. Yep. And we're knocking down trees again. Oh! Not enough room in here. That's what it is. Knocking down trees and knocking down light poles. And good grief. We're just knocking over everything. Let's see here. If there's a will, there's a way, Chuck. You can do it. There's that. Let's just kind of push these back here a little bit. These have to go. Oh, knock it over again. There we go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's get bag 26 out. I get 26 and 27 because I'm sure we're going to need it. It ain't going to take long. All right, there we go. Throw her on the ground. Why not? We'll pick it up after the session. Okay. Same thing. Pick up the pieces. Make a pile. Okay. And let's see what we can find in here. So in case if you are new to my channel and you're wondering what is that mat he's working on there, it's a mat I discovered on a website called Temu. If you haven't heard of that, it's TEMU. It's very addictive to be on. It'll cost you a lot of money if you're not careful. It's sort of like another Alibaba is what it is. But for everything that I've gotten from it, everything's been quality material. You know, nothing's been cheap, surprisingly. Some of the stuff, though, you got to really look close at it. Some of the stuff looks bigger than advertised. Let's put it that way. You know, you look at a picture and go, "Wow, that's really big." You know, that's a big item there. But you get it, and it's small, it's tiny, whatnot. Sometimes the picture will have it'll have it in centimeters, but then after the centimeters, it will have inches on it. And you just got to know, you know, how many, 12 inches is. It's a foot, you got to know that. Or 24 inches is 2 feet. And in your mind, if you don't know how 2 feet is, get out a tape measure and measure it, or look at it and go, okay, that's what 2 feet is. And otherwise, you're going to get hosed because it's going to show up and you're going to go, damn, that's all the bigger that thing is? I thought it was going to be a lot bigger than that. And you're going to be really disappointed. And, with a lot of the stuff, if you play your cards right and just watch, just don't go and get excited about something and buy it right away. If you just wait for it and just buy things and just play the game with them, the prices change like instantly type of thing. You'll find it on one person's website and you'll scroll down and somebody else will have it and it'll be a different price. Or it might be just a penny or two off or 10 cents off, whatever. But if you happen to get caught up like I did and you start buying a lot of things, then they start offering you a lot of coupons. I mean, I got an electric guitar, $4.39. Full-size electric guitar with a carrying bag, guitar strap, some picks, a full-size electric guitar, $4.39. Only because I was buying a lot of stuff. I got a complete 5-piece drum set for $250. Now you're probably saying, wow, that's a good deal, but is it? What kind of quality is it? The drum heads are probably crap. Well, they very well may be. I'm probably going to have to buy new drum heads or new cymbals for it, to get a good quality sound out of it. That's very possible. I don't know. I haven't put it together yet. I just moved into my new house here in November, and I got to clean out. I still got some shelves coming, and I got to put the shelves up in the garage, and then put stuff up in the ceiling and stuff like that. So once I get all that done and clean the garage out and be able to put the drums up and make room out in the garage, and then when the wife goes to work, I'll be able to practice my drumming. I am not a professional drummer, but I can play fairly decent. I was going to play. I had practiced several songs for Matchbox 20, and ended up going to sound check before one of the shows, and asked to play with them, and they turned me down because they'd just gone through the coronavirus. Yeah, and they didn't want. They just gotten back on tour and didn't want anybody getting sick in their band, so they didn't want me up on stage. So instead of me getting up on stage and getting everybody sick, whatever, in turn turned me down, and so they gave me a signed drum head and a pair of drumsticks. So I couldn't complain. So I got that up, hanging up on my wall. So, but I was ready for it, just to say, hey, you know, let's have some fun and jam. But it didn't work out. So there's three left over. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. Now we got the black one there, and then we got another one here, and another one here. Okay, we're on 74 now. Okay. This one's here, and this one's here. Okay. Here. So, not a bad turnout. Concert was good after all, but had a good time anyhow. So, and I don't blame the band for not wanting anybody up on stage. I mean, I wouldn't either if the coronavirus was just getting done with, and they'd taken 3 years off to make sure everybody was well and keep people healthy. So let's see. 3 more. So get done building this one. We'll build one more because I'm sure we're going to need another one. I'm sure we're going to need 3 more actually, but I don't know if we're building all 3 with this bag or not. I'm probably guessing we're just going to build 2, but let's see. Where is that? Okay, put 4 here. And 6s. There we go. And then do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is only made for 2 on this. I can see that. got to remember where I put everything here when I laid it all out. I think that's, nope, that is not the right one. Short one. Oh, it's not going to work. Gotta have the short ones. Make sure you're using the short bars on this. Otherwise, you're going to use the long ones, and then you're not going to have any long ones for the next part when you need them. So make sure you're saving those. Oh, I'm building two there. Okay, never mind. So what are we doing here? Just a second. Now I think we're using the big one here. Yeah, okay. So okay, now we're building the big one here. Next page, I thought we had to build 3 of them, but now we're on building 2. So now we got the long one, that in there, and then back to the short one. Okay, no, that's long. Now the short one. Okay, so let's get this on here before I get them out of order. If you get out of order, and it's going to mess everything up. Gotta keep them in order. That takes us past that, 77. Now we're on to 78. Let's see, we got 3 of the battleship pegs on here. I didn't finish them though. I got the pegs put together, but didn't put the toppers on to hook them in, the hinge hooks on. Gotta remember to do that. Otherwise they're not going to hook on, and nothing to hook onto them. There you go. And then the last one's the fence. And then we got the hinge. That. And the 1. And 1. And on the end. Okay, so this one's a little bit different here. You got the fence piece, you got the hinge, you got a 1x1, and then you got a like a shelf, a 1x1 shelf with a raised spot on the end. This one's just a little bit different. And then that's going to get snapped on right there. What I find funny is, though, is that, oh, wait a minute here. Do I have this backwards? I got the whole thing backwards. What the heck? Okay. So somehow I wasn't paying attention here. And they've got the thing going backwards. They've got the way the X's face. So I guess pay attention to that too. I'm used to them going one direction. Not the band either, just the way the X's are going. It's like, so everything's been going this direction. So like I can't really move it, but I guess like this direction here. Everything's been going this way. So I had them all going this way, and I look at the book, I'm like, wait a minute here, why is it going the other way? Well, now they want it to go this way. So I flipped everything around, and now it's going the other way. So just do what the book says. It's crazy. Okay, 79 says to move these things on the end so you can put it on your deal here. And it wants it to go directly across from the red triangle here. So this thing says up here is a triangle. It wants it to go up in this corner. So, and it wants it to go here and up here. Kind of like that. Okay. So there's two of them. So now let me go back and build it again. That was 25. Let's go back to 26 here. 26 and we'll start over. Normally I don't do that, but in this case it was probably just as easy. So we'll go back to page 72, bag 26, and we're going to build the second one. Give me a quick drink here. Love my body armor. I used to drink peach mango and the blueberry and the watermelon, and got rid of the blueberry. Then I got rid of watermelon. So then I drank peach mango exclusively. And I hope you're listening. If somebody works for Coke or executive for Coke and you're part of my membership or a subscriber, whatever, I hope you're listening. Because you used to have peach mango in body armor. Peach mango, great flavor. And then somebody at the network or at the company, whatever you want to call yourselves, had to go and change the formula. And you put allulose in there. Another fake sugar, which if you look up allulose, I think it's ALLOUSE, something like that. So that'll get you close, but allulose, fake sugar. Look up side effects, clearly marked. Bloating, gas, upset stomach, diarrhea. Top side effects. So why in the hell would Coca-Cola put that in a drink when they know that's what it's going to cause? Baffles the hell out of me. Yeah, go and change the formula to save a few pennies, and you put allulose in the peach mango and take out the other fake sugar. The stevia. You took out the stevia and put in allulose. And the very first bottle I drank upset stomach, gas, and I had nausea because I was so sick to my stomach. I didn't even get through a fourth of a bottle. I had to throw it away, and I had to throw the other 4 bottles away that I bought because I was on a road trip, and I couldn't return the bottles because I was 50 miles down the road. So, yeah. You ruined the damn flavor of peach mango. Couldn't buy it anymore. And that was the light flavor with only like, I don't know, 15 calories a bottle. So now I had to go back to the original blackout berry. And now you quit making blackout berry. And you're going to replace it with something else. I don't know. So I had to go and buy 15 cases off Amazon before it's gone. And it's probably gone off Amazon now too. So if Coke, if you're listening, quit screwing with the formula. Quit jacking with crap, you know? Go put stevia back into peach mango. Restore the original formula that you had on the Body Armor Light peach mango. Take out the allulose and put it back on the shelf like you had it. Now go back to drinking it, and everybody will be happy, and you won't have any problems, and you'll keep making your sales. Otherwise, I'm going to go find something else to drink, and it won't be made by Coca-Cola. Thank you. Now I'm going to get off my soapbox, and we're going to go back and build bag 26 for the second time. I just had to say that and put that out there in case anybody knows anybody that works for Coke or somebody that does work for Coke is listening, because not happy. Yes, not happy at all. Absolutely dumb idea, whatever you guys do, just to save a few pennies. Because you know at the end of the fourth quarter you're going to hear that Coca-Cola had record profits. Meanwhile, the workers are starving because now we're in the middle of a damn war, and a barrel of oil is $1.50 a barrel, and gas prices in California are $8 a gallon. Yeah, we all know. Absolutely stupid. You know, in the end of the fourth quarter, the gas companies are going to come out with their $49 billion record profits on that one too. They don't need to raise the prices. That's just dumb as a racehorse too, you know. Raise the price of food as if you don't need to raise it anymore, you know. You've already raised it high enough, and now you're going to raise it some more because you got to offset the price of fuel. It's like, excuse me, it's already high enough. Let's just go suck it to him some more, you know? Why not? We got to keep lining our deep pockets. Absolutely incredible. It's just incredible. Well, my prices go up, so why shouldn't I pass it on to the consumer? Well, because you're still making profits, even if you don't raise your prices. That's why. You know? Don't take a paycheck for a couple months while this is going on, you know? You know, if you start hurting in the checkbook, well then raise your prices a little bit and make a little money and then back off again. You know, as long as you're not hurting, as long as your checkbook isn't dry, well then you're fine. That's what you got to look at, man. It's the bottom line. Don't hurt the consumer. Okay, what's going on now? Here they are. I can say, what's going on here? Missing pieces, but we're not. We're okay. I gotta get off my soapbox. Eat me up inside is what it is. Let's see, a 4-piece. We might get to page 100 tonight and get this all hooked up. We'll have to wait and see. don't know how much energy I have in me to get through day 4 at work. As cold as it's gonna be, I don't really look forward to wearing my snow gear again. But you know, it is what it is. If that's what I got to do to stay warm, then that's what I do. It's just part of the deal. Well, I could always sit inside until I get a load. But could do that. Two of those. Okay, so go down here, get that, and now we want. That. Now we got this, that, that. This, 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 this. And then the fence post. Let's see. Back to page 78. And put the fence post back on. Okay. And we're back to the other one. And it fell over again. But this one will go on just as quick. Let's see. Well, okay, now we're on step 205, page 81. And then we should be on bag 27. So 19 steps to go, and we'll be hooking this baby up. I like it. I like it a lot. So I think we'll get to that point where we'll hook it all up and connect it, and then we'll call it a night. We'll pick it up tomorrow once we get there. this silly thing. This thing's really a mess. Okay, I gotta build 2 of these, I'm sure. Okay, that's 81, so now 82. And let's see, what are we doing here? You know, it's only showing to build 1, not build 2, but I built 2 completely. That's weird. Oh yeah, yeah. There's room for 2. I'm sorry, 1 on each tower. This just kind of fits inside here. Okay. There's that. Okay. Bag 27 and page 83. All right. More repetition. Got to build 2 more of these, I'm sure, because that's got to be the other 2 posts. And bag 28 will hook her together. So this will be the final 2 pieces. And then we'll put up all 4 corners and hook them all together and start going upwards. Should be exciting. I can't wait. So we are an hour and 5 minutes into this already tonight. Can't believe that. Tonight has gone fast. Just building like crazy. Puts us about, I'm guessing about 12:30 at night, but that's okay. We're doing fine. Okay, there's my 6 pieces. More tiles here. 1x2s. 1x1s. Let's see, it should be 3, 6, 8. Perfect. Let's see, trying to get all these small rods together, or bars, I guess is what you Lego would call them, bars. These are the small ones. And then I've got the large ones in my hand over here. And put down, there's only 4 of them. Keep them separated. Okay, here we go. Let's start building. And we're on to 208 already. Let's leave it open. 208, and we start our build. This is going to be 4 times across. Or on the try to build these simultaneously. That way we don't have to go back and kind of copy it. I'd rather build them at the same time. Just 1 on top. 2. 3. And we got 4. 1, 2. There's 3. And there's 4. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to put another bottom one on. this, you gotta go to this ain't good. Let's see. Oh, there we go. 2 and then the end piece. And then 2 and end piece. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're on to 210, step 210 on page 85. Okay, so now I'm going to go here. Snap, crackle, pop. That's the way my body feels in the morning sometimes. Really does. One, get 3, and we got 3 more. All right, going to town. So yeah, if you got any questions, comments, having trouble with something, something's not fitting on the parts, something keeps falling apart, not working, put that down in the comments. Maybe I can try to help you. Maybe by now, because the Eiffel Tower's been out so damn long, maybe you've got it fixed by now, and then I'm glad, but maybe you're right with me, maybe you just bought the thing and you're building it right along with me and you're having difficulty. You need me to show you something or help you with something. I'll be glad to. I'd love to help people. I'm a registered nurse by trade. I've been a registered nurse for 13 years. I just got burnt out there for a while and taken almost 3 years off. I'm about ready to go back. The pay is excellent. They're starting out at $40 an hour right now here locally, and upwards higher, but it's tricky. Got a little ding on my license right now, so I'm just trying to play it by ear, whether it's if I'm able to get back in or what. Applying for a job right now, so okay, that takes care of 210. Now we're on to 211, which is going to be the tile. Let's see, I need a 1x8 tile to start with, and then a 1x6, another 1x6, and one of these, and then a clip right in the middle, and 1x6, and then 1x4. That kind of holds everything together, and I like that about Lego. They're really good about that. When you're done with a Lego build, everything's kind of really solid. I like that. And like I did mention with one build, I bought that AT Walker, the big $800 one. You build that thing, you better be ready to leave it standing right where you built it, because you go to pick it up from underneath in the belly and it falls apart in a million pieces. And yeah, unless you've glued it, it's falling apart. It's worthless. Yeah. Okay, on to step 212 and page 86. We're going to build our X's again. We need to build 2 on one page, 2 on the other. Looks like we're starting out with the long ones, and then we're going to go to the shorter ones. So, rinse and repeat. Here we go. We know how to do these, of course. So we'll get these built real quick. And let's see, I did that. Let's see, I can have this. Yeah. Okay, here's the first two. Let's build two more because need to have four. Darn it. Drop that. Not even broken. Don't know. We'll find out. No, he didn't break. But and let's see. Put one of these pigs in. Put this cover on. Put these ones in. Okay, there. Now we got those four. Now we're going to build the other ones. We're going to build four more of these, which we have just enough of course. Which we should have. Oh, we got a jumper. Jump my fingers. Do that. One more. Okay. And I think this one goes in here, but this one also gets a tabletop. There we go. Okay, 4 and 4, and then we got our battleship pigs on that. So which way are we going to go here? Let's see. Looks like right there. Okay, and we're going that way again with the long ones. So okay, that's the first one. we go. Okay, that takes us through 87, page 87, 213. We're on 214, and that takes us, through the battleship pegs. And then page 89 is making sure the ends are set up right. And then page 90 and 215 is attaching these two pieces to our post, which is going to be the other side of the red triangle, which is going to be over here. It's going to be here. There we go. There's one. And then over here. And over here. There we go. And lo and behold, we are on 91, 9 pages short of hooking it all together in the middle, or up on the top, I guess you could say. And we're going to have bag 28. There's 28, and I'm going to go ahead and get 29 out, because I'm sure we're going to need that also. But we're on 28. We're going to keep going tonight. We're going to get this up. I'm excited. Okay, 28 is out. Looks like we're going to build more posts. We need 2 more posts to finish these railings off. So that will be good. All right. And let's see what else we got here. Hook all the battleship pegs up. Should be 6 of them again. That's kind of the first thing I do when I dump these packages out, because it gets rid of 12 and 18 pieces right away. Gets them out of your way. You don't have to look at them. You don't have to scrounge through them. Kind of a good way to eliminate pieces. Even though they're small, but them small pieces, can get in your way of eyesight and looking at stuff. And so, just one of those dealios that helps. So there they are. So there's 3 there, and there's 3 there. All your battleship pegs are done. And the next thing you do, look at your bars and make sure that they're all the same size. And if there's larges, put the larges on this, put them separate. And it looks like I do have a large here somewhere. Looks like one of them here. That one there is a large. And if there's one large, there's got to be 2 at least. 1 for each side. That'd be at least, well, I'd say there's got to be a lot more than 1, but we'll see. I'm lining up here. Sad thing is I'm almost running out of them, and I don't have any extras. So. The wind is a howling out there, boy. It's not a happy camper. I take that back. It's the heater. That's a good thing. I like the heater, especially when it's down in the 20s. Good God. Oh, here's my. No wonder why I can't find the larges, because they're up here. So I must have a large escape into the small pond. That's what happened there. So I got 4 larges. Put them all up there. Okay, I'm gonna get all these things. Here's the 4 things I need. That's going to kind of connect them. Not tiles again. We shall see here. I may not need to go the other bag. We'll see. Try to get this all connected here. See what happens. All right, here we go. Bag 28, page 91. Step 216. We're going to rock and roll here. Make our couple bars like we always do. We're going to try to run together. Build 2 of them together like we always do. That's 16, and step 17 is a 1x2 right after it. So step 218 is the 6s. We're going to do 3 on this. 3 1x6s on 3 of them on top. So on the top level, I guess what I'm trying to say is, so if you're looking at it, you got 1 and then 2 and then 3. So I got 1 on there now. Here's 2. Put 1 on the bottom. Now I have 3 on top. I'll put a 4th one on the bottom. And then that'll give me 3 sticking out here. And then I have to do a black hook. And then add on another stick, another 6 there. And another one on the bottom. And then I've got to add on, it looks like a 1x1. Yeah, and then the end piece, the end hinge. That's all we're doing with that. Ooh. So it's pretty much the same with the other one. At the beginning, and we do 3 pieces. So we got 1 at the bottom piece, and we got 2 and a bottom piece, and that's tile, and we got 3 bottom piece. Then we put the black hook on there, put the black on top, and on there, and then we want the 1x1 is what I'm looking for. Here it is, and then the last hook. Okay. That takes us past 220 into 221. So now we're going to do on this side a 1x6 on top, another one by one if I can find it. Which, here it is. Hook. 1x3. And 3 of these things. Yep, I'll get it in a minute. I dropped a piece. Another 3. And hour and 32 minutes. Yeah. We shall get there and hook this all together, unless it all falls apart in my face. Well, then we'll know, because I'm rushing. But hopefully it doesn't. Take our time when we go to hook them all up, but I want to see what it looks like. Okay, there's that one. Take this and put that on there, our single one, and our single hook, and our 3-piece. Three more. Another 3, 1x3. 3 more hooks. Another 1x3. And then the one I dropped. See if I can find it. Let's see where it went, folks. Got to dig for this one. It's down the hill. Actually, I just stepped on it. Lucky me. Okay. That's the problem with Legos. You step on it, you know it. Okay. That takes us past step 221 on 93, so now we're on 94, 222. And this goes all the tile on this one, so it's a 1x4 tile, 1x6, 1x6, 1x6. A hook or a clip, I guess is a clip piece, and then a 1x8. And the clip piece should be right over the top of the black clip piece on the side. Should line up perfectly. So, back on the other piece, 1x4, 6, 1x6. 1x6, 1x6, great clip, 1x8. That takes us, and we should have identical pieces. Done, and now we're building our X's that we've had before. And these are the short ones, from what I can tell. Yeah, these are the short ones, and we need 2 of them. Well, we're good. It says 2, but we're building 2 of them, so we need 4 of them. So we'll start with 4. I'm just going to build 4, just 4 ends, and try to save a little bit of time here. again, I dropped stuff. But luckily for me, underneath the table, it's not very far I can go. Because I've got a lot of storage of stuff for my Lego store underneath the table. So if I do drop it, it normally falls into that stuff and bounces back. So that's the good thing about it. Okay, that's the first 4. You can put those on if you so do wish. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to go. Oh, I forgot one thing on these. The covers. Let's see. Getting tired and trying to go fast. So we can get done, but yet go to bed. So, because we got to go back to work tomorrow. Okay, so now these ones, instead of facing this direction, are going to go back this way. So we need the long arm of the law going that way. So as you see, instead of going this direction, they're pointing this way. So our battleship guy, and it's going to go that direction. So it's going to go over there. Go there. Like that. Okay. Same with this one. Going to go backwards. Don't ask me why. That's just what the directions say. Okay, so now I got those 2 built out of 223. Now we're going to go to 224 and build the other 2. Now these ones require the long pieces, so the long bars. So we'll put the long bars in and get those done. And even though the heater is on, I can still hear the wind blowing. So I did hear the wind earlier when I said the wind was blowing. I can definitely hear it. So the wind is howling up here. So definitely cold air moving across the country. So if it's warm anywhere across the country, that cold air is going to mix with it, and we could have some more tornado outbreaks like we just had in Michigan and Oklahoma, which is not good, but it's that part, it's that time of year again. I've very seldom heard of a tornado in Michigan, let alone destructive tornado in Michigan. That's a very rarity, but I suppose it can happen pretty much anywhere. It's always shifting. Oklahoma, yes. Michigan, nay, they say. Like that comedian is always joking. So, all right, here we go again. I'll clip on these X's. John Panay, I think his name was. Nene. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, and that will do it. There it is. Okay, and I've got two of them here. So now we're going to hook those up. 224 is the X's. 225 is the battleship pegs, which are already done, as you can see here. Pegs are here. I like to, like I said, when we're laying out pieces, I like to just do those all at once. 226 is adjusting the hinges on the ends of the bars and then adding them to the structure. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just pop these in real quick. There we go. There's that. Yeah. Can't make this work somehow. It's crazy how these things are bending and working and whatnot. Okay. So 226 on page 99 is done, and page 100, here we go. This is how we connect it all together. And I gotta figure this all out. This is weird. And they don't even give me the bag to do it with, because, that is weird. They've got all these Technique bricks with all these bars. Oh, that's all these Technique bricks here. And then we got to put the bars on them. Okay. But still, where's all the extra Technique bricks? That's what I'd like to know. Because besides those Technique bricks, there's, there's 6s and 4s that are missing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 6s and 1, 2, 3, 4 4s missing. And I don't have those set aside anywhere. That's weird. Huh. Let's see then. Let's see. Okay, that's not it. But here it's got the 6s and the 4s on here when you put it together, but it doesn't have those pieces. Or are they already on there? Maybe they're already on here. Aha, there they are. Sorry, I thought they were missing, but I was looking for these brown bricks, which are on the bottom of all those. And then when you put them all together, then you add this to connect it all together. Okay, we're good. I'm tired. Hey, it happens. Okay, so like I was saying a couple videos ago, probably I've been saying it every video, when you put these together, they've made it kind of easy so you don't mess it up. It's kind of a child-proof. You have red. If you notice, red is in here, so that's going to go with red. And then the other ones have yellow. And there's yellow in here. If you can, I don't know if you can see that in here, yellow. And that's going to go on your yellow ones. So that makes it so you can't mess it up, basically. And obviously, it's going to be with the can on top and the bars. That's going to be up on top, so you can't mess it up. And so we're just going to put these here and kind of press them down so you can't mess it up. And the red is going to be so you can't mess it up. Well, I guess you can't mess it up, but I can. Just give it some time, boys and girls, men and women, and children of all ages, because Dr. Chaz is here to mess it up. I guarantee it. Oh, wait, there it goes. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, if I don't trip first. But now, supposedly, somehow, these things are all supposed to connect, but mine aren't connecting. I don't know why. Let me see here. Oh, because you got to lean them. Okay, you got to bend these towers in so they connect. So I'm like way off right now. Well, let me see here. These tower pieces all have to bend a certain way to get them to connect. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Interesting. There we go. Okay. I'm going to close the book because this is 227 on page 100. I'm going to take these bars and slide them over here, and I'm going to slide this whole thing over here so I'm not going to put my chair. Well, let's pick up the trash. Get the trash out of the way. Got the trash picked up. Let's get the chair out of the way. And let's get this last piece here. Flip it over. And let's see. Get that sitting in there. Okay, so I got the 4 sections on. Oh, there goes the light post. Yeah, who said we need light anyhow? I don't know. Let me just make sure that, yeah, see, some of these, got to really make sure that these are nice and firm. You don't want them tipping over. Okay. So this becomes a little fun here. I guess you got to tilt these in. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So if anybody has any ideas of how this works, I guess like that, and yeah, see, like that almost breaks it. Yeah, this whole side just pops off. This is probably the tricky part of the whole thing, I'm guessing, because 2 of my sides have all but come off. In order for this to come together. There. I'll have to rebuild that, but okay. Something like that. Hope you can see that, but now I'll try to get these 2 connected. I'm not bending very, see? They're just popping right off. They're just These sections are just not bending like they're supposed to. Yeah, just weird. One side does and the other side doesn't. Absolute wonkiness. Okay. But yeah, maybe I got them backwards. Maybe that's, you know, how I was talking earlier about the angles, the way the angles are presenting themselves. Maybe that's why it's not working. They should have gone the other way. Maybe that's the reason. So like this, maybe the angle should have gone the other way. Let me try something with that. Just to see if it works. I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention because I was so used to going the same direction on all the parts and just wasn't paying attention with it. And so then I didn't pay attention, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you don't want to work. That seems to work much better. So there you go, folks. Pay attention and thou shalt work. Same with this one. Here in the back, it popped off. It's, yeah. Because now we got to go this way. Yeah, that's working okay. That's working better. Yeah, this one here. So what I was saying is, you're looking at this, and it got so used to going in one direction that I just kind of built them all the same direction. Well, now you try to bend it, and the things are just popping off of their hinges. But as soon as you reverse the direction, so you see how it's all going one way, well, I'm going to turn around and make the angle go back this direction. So you see how it is right there. Now I'm going to change it. Yeah, let's see here. So there. So now you look at it. Now the angle's going this way. So now when I connect it down here on the bottom, the piece should be, let's see. Trying to figure out, the whole thing popped off here. Trying to think where it came off at. Let's see. I want to say, oh, it's up above here. So up there and then up in here. There. Yeah, not yet. It seemed to. There. Works much better. Because of the way the angle is built, or bent on it, it wants to go together much better. So now, we'll bend this some more. And this together. Yeah, started to. There we go. Tricky there. So you got to really watch which angle they want you to go with those beams, because I didn't. Once again, you know, I'm a guy, I didn't read the directions. I'm just building away, and as you see, it's still falling apart because of the angle I built stuff. And yeah, so it's going to cost me a lot of rebuilding time. So I'm going to have to go back and rebuild. But there you go. We got the first part of it done. Let me see. I think that goes somewhere in here. Not sure where this goes, but I'll try to find a spot for it. It's not here. It's not there. This one here fell over in here. But now that this piece in here fell over, but now that I've got it now that I've got it bent, it's hard to get in there. So I might have to leave it out. I don't know. But it's pretty solid now. Trying to get it back in there. But yeah, now it's all bent and everything, it looks kind of in place. Looks pretty cool. So got it all put together. It's all holding good, and we're on to the second level. So not too sure. I'm trying to think where this piece might go, because the other one over there has one, but I can't get to it. Let me see if I can turn this. Take this up and figure out where it goes. It might even go up on top. Let me see. Yes, that's where it goes. It goes up on top. Like here. It fell from the ceiling. Yeah, like that. Okay. Then I can put this back in. There we go. Okay. Then I got one more that's kind of up in the ceiling. Looks like I got that one there. This one's going to come forward. Okay, more stuff's falling from the ceiling. I don't know what fell. That one has one. This one, let's see, oh, that one's missing a propeller. That's got one. That one's got one. Yeah, that one's got one. This one here does not have one. Let's see. Yeah. Shoot. Alright, well, sorry folks, but this is difficult to put a piece back in. It's fallen from the ceiling portion of this tower. I think it'd be pretty easy to put back in, but it's not being that way. It's being difficult. But I'll get it in there. It's just a matter of finding the clasps. It's hard enough to install it to begin with. There we go. Just like that. And now something with this is all loose. I think it's just off of the, what's out of the hook is what it is. There we go. Okay. Well, so I got it put back in, looking good. Looking the way it should be. I think we lost a propeller type blade. It's in there somewhere. We'll find it. But for right now, I think I got it the way it's supposed to be. It's kind of incredible how everything bends and twists, and it's amazing that if you don't pay attention to certain things, they will fall apart on you in a hurry. So here's another piece that popped off. But yeah, so well, thank you again for joining me tonight. It's been wonderful. A record-breaking 2 hour and 5 minutes, but we set out for a goal tonight to get all 4 posts up and get them all connected, and it looks like we did that. So we're ready to keep building. Looks like I'm going to have to adjust the camera or lower the table, and since the table won't go down, it looks like the camera's going up if we want to keep following. So up we go. Eiffel Tower is, like we've talked about, almost 5 feet tall. And so as we keep building up, the camera will keep adjusting itself. So thank you again. And good night here from Dr. Chaz's show. And we hope to see you again. And don't forget, hit that subscribe and hit that like button, because we want Lego to send us the newest set so we can build them for you. You. Good night and goodbye.